G'day guys, welcome to the channel. I'm in a little place that I wouldn't have thought of coming to if it wasn't for Liam. Thank you, Liam, for suggesting this. I am in Foster. Yeah, it's a little mining town. It's been around since 1870, all because somebody discovered gold in them Dara hills. So that's why the town is here. Quickly, just down through this, hang on. I'm caught. Oi, oi, oi. So I'm in a little park at the moment. I've just parked up on the road. And I thought I'd come down here because it looks really significant. It's like a little walking park, a little park you can just spend a bit of time in and have a look. It's just on the edge of the actual township. It's really nice. Very, very nice here. If you haven't seen this channel before, guys, I walk around areas that I haven't been before, that I live near, and I check them out just to see what the towns are like, what the history is here, if I can figure it out. Because there's a lot of people out there who can't do this, and if I can show some of the area we live in, and these people can have a look at it as well, because they can't travel. There's some older generation out there that can't travel anymore, and I'm happy to show what I see and give my opinion on it. With a pan, pick and shovel. Getting a bit worn out. It looks like they, this is where they did some gold sleuthing. And these are some of the things that were found just in this area. How about that? This is some of the ore that they will get gold out of. Our eternal optimist. Yeah. Lewis Herbert Lassiter was born in 1880 at Bamgani, between Geelong and Ballarat, Victoria. After a colourful childhood, the adolescence he sailed to overseas, US, marrying Niagara Falls. He returned to a farm north of New South Wales. I came here to check out the museum, and lo and behold, it's public holiday today. Can you believe it? So here it is. It's the original Foster Post Office, established in 1890. I think 1891 they opened. 1975 it closed. And it's the timber and daring pioneer Lassiter's life. Okay, Lassiter obviously was a guy or person who's discovered gold here. And usually it's open. But of course, public holiday today, so nothing is open. Public and school holidays. It's meant to be open. Okay, so we don't get to see it. Looks like they close it for Good Friday for some reason, even though the sign does say open 11 AM to 3 PM, which is not 3 PM yet. Weekends, public and school holidays. It's a public holiday today. Why aren't they open? Well, miss out. Let's have a look at these. This hammer over here. This is a map of the little claims and mine sites. The whole town had claims and mine sites for gold, and this is what they claimed. By the way, it was meant to be cold today. It is now 28 degrees Celsius. It's autumn. We're not supposed to be having weather like this at the moment. So just like in Walhalla, this is the rock hammer that crushes all the ore into gold, so you can find gold out of it. Pretty cool. And of course, this is a museum back area, which we miss out on because they decided to be closed today, unfortunately. It's a fairly busy day today. It's a public holiday, and it looks like a lot of families are coming out and having a look around. So I'm going to have to just get through my anxieties. Anyway, I'm going to find my way around, walk through the town centre, and just see what they've got to show and see what it's all about. There is a bit of history, and I just want to discover it if I can. All right, let's get started. I had some fish and chips today, and I burnt the roof of my mouth. Not happy about that. Had to go from a local shop. Quite expensive because it was a public holiday. They charge a 15% markup just for, I don't know, the guy was working pretty much on his own, so obviously paying himself double. I don't know. Anyway, okay, nice little prospector over here. In commemoration of the discovery of gold near this site, Daniel Griffith James Northey, James Palmer, Alfred Sparks, early in 1870. Now I did read about this, that they discovered gold accidentally. So they were running from the police basically, or running from the authorities, and where they were camping, they were doing a little bit of fishing, I think, and found little gold speckles in the river, and went, oh, I've got gold here. Started picking them out the ground, and hey presto, a gold rush started. Amazing. I'm hoping to find some plaques around these buildings to see the history. So a lot of them have little badges on the building, so hopefully they'll say something on it that we can get some information out of. See, some of these buildings, they're from the 30s, maybe 40s, so they're not as old as a town, so we can keep hunting. The town is quite nice to look at, really. It's a very weird setup. Let's check this one out. This is a shop, mailbox corner. Oh, a bit of history over here. What's going on here? Okay. The sign says history of this site, 1906 to 46. Bootmaker. Pop Florence Jolly, later married to be Florence Benwick Allen, and worked from left to right hand of the shop, boot repairer. Jolly bootmaker. 46 to 65, Laurie Best, Laurie Rickson, brothers-in-law, okay. Props, yep, Laurie and Poppy Best, up to 73, 73 to 97, Jack and Shirley Rockfort, obviously changed, up to 2000, Vicky Anderson Shoe Shop, and 2009, Harley and Margaret Haycroft, who obviously own this now. That's my car over there, just parked in the street. We've got some nice little mural on the wall here of the depiction of local letterboxes. And yes, they are actually like this in our country. We have letterboxes that come now 10 k's away from the houses, and that's where people collect their mail if they get their mail. Computer service. Now we'll go over to this latte da, food and coffee. You've got a plaque on the wall that says something, so we'll have a look at it. Right, it says the site of the first official post office, Postmaster William Barry, 1872. So this is where the first post office was once. There you go. Geez, you wish people moved their bloody Subarus out the way. I'm going to head across one side of the street and then work my way back to the other. Bear with me. Right, there's a plaque on this wall. Site of the Bank of Victoria, 30,000 ounces of gold purchased between 1872 and 1875. Apparently there was like 4 tons of gold. A little back alley for people to have coffees in. So we'll have a quick look down here. No smoking, no trespassing. All beautiful pictures and signs. Nice. Nice little quiet place. Another little plaque a bit further up is the site of Patrick Silk's house, a warden's clerk, musician, librarian and mechanics institute in 1871 that is. Look at this nice beautiful mural. A bit faded actually, it's a nice painting though, it's a real painting. Almost like an oil painting, how good. What is this? That is the postcode of this town, 3960. It's a good bit of artwork. Nice little garden area. How good is not? You know, these guys, they live in their town and they do a great job. Look at that. It looks like is it a real church? It is a real church. Foster Uniting Church and Community Foster. Corner Inlet Uniting Church Foster. All welcome. All of for the hall or a church use, please contact. Easter services, Good Friday. So they're going to do some services here of their own, but what a beautiful little building. Don't know if I can get inside, but at the moment I believe they're probably having a service, even though it's dead quiet here, so nothing's happening at the moment. I think I'll check it out, just have a quick look. Yeah, it's all closed. All closed. Nothing happening. The back area. Oh look, there's a charge point over there for cars. Good to know. All right, let's keep moving. I'm actually finding this intriguing. I have little triggers now in my world that reminds me of towns that I've been in, and it's not something I had before, memories of doing this sort of thing. It's just memories I've got now because of doing this. So I urge you, check out your towns, go around your community, get in the area where you live and see what we have or is on offer, and spend a bit of money there. I bought some lunch today, so they put a bit of money in someone's pocket. Looks like a little motel, yeah, Wilson's Promontory Motel, accommodation, cafe, licensed bar. Doesn't look like there's anyone here. Cafe closed, reception's down the end there, so it probably is running, but there's nothing to say it's open. Looks like a more modern day church over here. What's it called? Christ Church. Okay. Anglican Parish of Corner Inlet. There you go. There's a more modern established church and a kind of a modernish house. But what's this seat? Seat's commemorative. Let's have a look at this seat. Prayer tree. It's a prayer tree. It looks like this is a prayer tree. We invite you to pause here, allowing space to contemplate and pray. Okay, nice. What's this here? Proudly donated by the Inlet Anglican Church by Corner Inlet Manshed. Nice old house from the 20s. What looks like the 20s. Another one over here. Looks like it's from the 20s as well. Possibly. Walking down the main street at the moment. We've got some repairs and renovations happening up here too. Rebuilding and extending. Good stuff. Beware of dog. Can't see a dog. Now, if you come to Foster, there's a lot of commemorative walks that go to different places, mine shafts and mines. There are mines everywhere here. There's 4 main ones and lots that you can hike to and have a look at. I'm probably going to find one, see if I can hike to it, which is something in this video. We'll soon see anyway. I'm pretty sure I will anyway. Okay, I see something a bit weird here. No horses allowed on bench. As of May 24, horses are prohibited from sitting on this bench. This bench has been specifically designed for humans and is unsuitable for equine use. The following behaviours will not be tolerated. Sitting on the bench as a horse, verbally encouraging a horse to sit on the bench, gesturing a horse towards the bench in the hope that his horse sits on it, lifting a horse onto the bench with your bare hands, dressing horsely and sitting invitingly on the bench with the goal of persuading a real horse to join you on the bench, bringing a horse close enough to the bench that it is enticed workmanship and is compelled to test the bench. Anyone found to be flaunting these rules will be subject to a long and tedious lecture by one of our bench experts. Now that's funny. That is very funny. Look, there's an old home there. Looks old, I can tell you. Doesn't say much, don't know about it, but it does look old. Isn't it amazing what you find? A little town like this with a population of under 2,000 people actually have a full-on hospital. The Gippsland Hospital, South Gippsland Hospital, I am shocked. It's quite big too. My wife will be interested in this. She actually works at a hospital and these kind of things interest her. Main reception and visitor entrance only, urgent care, respiratory. Just thought I'd film the outside. I'm not going inside. Might be a lot of people here, I'd say. But wow, a whole hospital in the middle of nowhere. Who would have thought there'd be a big major hospital in a small town like this? It's what you find when you walk around and see what's around. Anyway, I think I've walked up far enough. Just get up here. There's not much more to see. I'm going to come back down the other side now because there's a lot more to see that way. I don't know if I've said this to you yet, but Foster has been around since 1870. It was known as Stockyard Creek, and a gentleman named Henry Foster, a magistrate, moved into town, didn't like the name, thought, I don't want to live in a town that's called has the last name of Creek. It's not a creek, and people think maybe it was a joke, maybe not. It could have been, but they decided to call it Foster after Henry Foster. Maybe to give a dig at him, something like that, but it's been that name ever since. So yes, and this town does have a major football team called the Foster Football and Netball Club. They're the Tigers, and they have matches here. Now, this commemorative plaque says J&H MacDonald Memorial. This entrance was erected in recognition of the contribution of time and effort by the late John Henry MacDonald, 1912 to 88, to this community reserve. It's a big oval, really nice. Looks like a ticket administration, so they do charge to enter, come in. Why not? It's a way to make the money, keep the maintenance up, keep everything running. Yeah, how cool. Please consider the volunteers who maintain the Foster Showground by removing your rubbish and cleaning after your dog. Yes, you bloody darrows, clean up after your dog. I've just spotted a house in a weird area. Just want to peek over the fence and see what it actually is. Just over here, I noticed a bench where people can sit on. I thought it was made by somebody local. It says year of the, I think it says bike. Year of the something. Year of the cat, year of the... Can't really see what that says. So I'd say that was one thing. And I did notice this fence here, and then over the top is like an old house. Just want to peek over the fence and see what it is. Something a bit strange. It's a produce spot trolley. What is it? Oh. Possums have found us. Please place food in containers. Don't not open to eskies. This is a produce swap area. So if you bring your produce here, you can put it on the container and people can collect it and swap it for their produce. How good's that? That's awesome. I love the idea. Things that people come up with, why not? Just heading up here a little bit, I just noticed something that's a bit rustic and falling down, basically. I just want to see what it is. No dumping, please. What's up here? Hang on. Let's go and have a look at Mama's garden. Mama's garden group. All part of the community. Look at this. We meet here every Monday, 10 a.m. to 12 midnight. Please come and join us. You are very welcome. Trev Shed. Guys, this is what being in a community is all about. Having a area where you can get together, be active, and share your skills with others. It's a beautiful garden, isn't it? They've done some work over here. Look how big it is. And this is a shed that caught my attention. Just wondering, do not enter, operation safety issue. Yeah, health and safety. You can understand there's buildings falling down. Wow, look at that. Got compost heap where you can dump all your compost. Current composting. That's this one here. We've got some artwork as well. Looks like a lovely lady with a sore head. And she's got a pickaxe for ribs. A community area where you can sit and drink and get drunk and have your seances. I'm joking. Well, nice beautiful garden. Thanks guys for sharing this, and it's brilliant that the community has given a whole area of land for people to just enjoy. Unfortunately, in my part of the world, we've got a bunch of kids who are bored and they will vandalise that because they have no respect. That's the modern youth these days. It's not a good thing, I can tell you now. Right, let's move on. Oh, Manor, not Mama, Manor Community Garden. How cool is that? How cool is that? I'm going to make it a bit weird, but check the gum tree out. It is humongous. That is at least 10 people in size, 10 normal sized people. And it's humongous. Wow. Okay, we've got another plaque here. It's the site of the Bank of Australia with dwelling at the rear. First manager S.E.S. Whitehead, built 1889. 1889. There's a dwelling at the rear. I wonder what it was, if it's still here. I mean, this building is a historic building. Yeah, nothing there now, it's all gone. But the building is still here. It might have been just a site, maybe. What you're looking at just now is the local pub. We'll get some older places up here. Let's have a look. Accountants, Tracy and Associates. Kind of looks old, but not that old, you know. You can tell. Like this one looks like a big old garage, like a hardware store building. Dewsbury Gippsland, Chartered Accountants. And it looks like we've got a antique store. Yeah, look at that. Looks like an old antique store. And in an antique store in an antique building. Close, public holidays. Of course you are. It is a garage of sorts once. There's a plaque down here. See, it's site of the Palace Skating Rink. Charles Longhorn, manager, opened in 1890. Wow! They actually had a skating rink on this site. So what's that make this building? Not as old, does it? Oh, it's a Holden dealer. Oh, it's Ray Dower Motors. There was a car dealer who actually sold cars. Look at that. Holden cars. But of course, Holden's not around anymore. We've got a nice defibrillator system here. Free to use. If you're having a heart attack, come to these things. They help. Hopefully someone maintains them. And a modern petrol station. Oh, there's a couple of older sort of buildings over here. Let's look. Now, we're not too far from the Wilson's Promontory, and I think it's about 20-minute drive from here, 30 minutes, something like that. And it's some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, guys, the world. And that's a big statement, but it's bloody true. There's a place called Squeaky Beach. Have a look at it. It is fun. Memorial Arts Centre. It's probably closed as well, is it? Imagine owning a car yard, selling cars in the day and age in that old building. Now, no maintenance done at all. Of course, the Foster Fire Brigade, the CFA, the Country Fire Authority, and a police station right next to it. How cool is that? So we're looking at the Exchange Hotel. Get another good look. Let's go over to this memorial over here. Okay, we're in a town, and of course we always have to check the memorial out. These people fought for our country, so we should respect that. Anzac Day is coming soon, so that's actually next week. This tablet is this tablet is dedicated to the memory of the gallant men from this district who fell in the 1939 and 45 war. It's a pretty good memorial, actually. Looks like got LED lights there. Nice little clock at the top. I don't know if it's the right time. Is it 25 to 3? Ah, it is working. Follow me bugger. Must be 25 to 3. Let's see what it looks like inside. It's open. Exchange Bistro. It's not Royal Exchange, just Exchange. Let's see.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I'm just here to film the place because it's so old.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's all right.
Go for it.
Yeah, no worries. No worries, thanks, sir. Okay,
So, yeah.
just an old place.
Yeah. The owner is just behind the bar there with the street.
Oh yeah,
There
okay.
at the fringe if you want to talk to her.
Yeah, no worries. So I entered the pub, and asked if I was able to film in there, and they politely said no, they preferred me not to, so I didn't. So if I have some pictures of the inside that I can get to you, you can have a look at it. The pub was rebuilt in 1905 after it burnt down before then, and the original owner only died 4 months after it was rebuilt, so a bit sad. But the rest of it's, good. Looking inside, it didn't look old and rustic. It actually looked like it had been rebuilt internally very, very often and updated a lot, so there was much to show anyway. What I did notice though, there were pretty much only girls running the pub, which is really interesting, I can say. Okay, let's have a look at this sign over here. Digging deeper. Plaque number 5. It's a bit faded. It's getting a bit worn out. I think they need to do some updating. 1871, concentrated working of the creek and the adjacent valleys, maybe? Encourage miners to dig deeper. So they did. So this is meant to be, well, this here says it's the site of the Victory Mine. Wow, 26,000 ounces of gold came out of here. So it's getting a bit old. I think we should start working on updating their stuff, get some tourism back here. I can't see a mine here anymore. If it was, it's pretty much hidden, unless it's up there somewhere. Might do a bit of driving around and see if I can find any more. Anyway, let's work that out. Just going to check out a path up here. I think this might be an access point. Let's have a look. Let's see. Okay, we've got a worn out plaque here. We can't read because it's got moss growing on it. Hayes Walk. I walk past Victory Mine, Foster's largest gold mine. 0.9 k's, 15 minutes return, with links to Brettalong Track, Cody Gully Walk and Ophir Hill Walk further. 1.9 k's, 20 minutes return. In memory of Bill Crawford, sponsored by the Foster Rotary. All right, let's go for it. So we hopefully get to see some of the mine, or the buildings or dwellings or something. Let's see. As I'm hiking along, I'm seeing a little pothole like this, little drops in the ground, looks like where it's been dug. A nice big one here. Don't know what the deal is, but I guess there must be mine shafts all over the place, and we're just walking around them. I can't say I'm not disappointed. For a massive bit of history for this town, all there is a track, and it really isn't showing much of anything. You can't tell if it's the actual mine shaft around. You can't tell if it's the proper mine shaft. There's no signage, nothing to tell you what it is. No, unfortunately, it's just a beautiful bushwalk, nothing more. Nothing that can give you chills on the work that they did. It's all blocked. Couldn't see any entrances, couldn't see any signage saying whether it was the mine shaft or not. I walked over a kilometre and still didn't see anything or find anything. So a little bit disappointed, hoping that I'd find something pretty big and pretty informative, or good, but I didn't. Just to think about miners who worked and lived their life along here have just sort of kind of been forgotten, as the locals don't really care about it, by what I can tell. It could be a big thing if they worked hard on working with it. I don't know. The town's got so much, it's so beautiful, and it's got so much history here. And I think that they should really grasp that history and bring it out to the open so people can see it. The mining stopped here in 1930 and nothing's happened since. And I think the town sat on that just for a little bit too long without doing anything about it. It looked like some of the community actually did do some work, but it's forgotten already. So what I'm doing now is I'm walking down the main road. Thought I would be able to do some findings. What's this, a sign over here? the Linton Court Retirement Village. Okay. Oh, hang on. I think I found something that might have something to do with something. Let's have a look. There we go. Inside of the Gladstone mine. One of the main quartz mines is embraced the loads of old man, the Presian's Reef. Anastasia Thornley was the principal shareholder. Looks like someone's hit that with a car. It's all dented. Not to be nasty, but that's what I seem to be getting out of all this, is the care factor 0. I'm sorry guys if you live in this town. That's my opinion only, and I'm sticking by it. It really does look like care factor 0. People aren't caring about their community's heritage anymore. Big trees, nothing more. Someone's parked their car on here. Someone was saying that the history and the wealth of history is going to disappear in our youth because our youth don't care. And I've got a feeling that might happen unless someone steps up and starts caring about their own world and what happened in their country and town. Anyway, disappointed, Pierre, thinking that I was going to go for a nice good hike to a mine shaft and check it out, finding out that I'm not. I'm actually not seeing anything that's actually got to do with a mine shaft. Just a big hole in the ground that has been overgrown for years. So my friends, thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this channel and looking at the videos I make. I was expecting a lot more out of this town. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot. It was good. It was beautiful. It's a quiet little town. It was busy today because it was a public holiday and a lot of the locals are getting around buying stuff. But unfortunately, I didn't get to see everything.